What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? So we are back again for another episode review of Greenleaf. This is season 3, episode 5, Closing Doors. Um, what is going on that next week? Nothing's coming on next week on Wednesday. The Has and the Have Nots don't come back until the October 2nd, and then Greenleaf is not coming on next week, which thank God I get a break because tonight is hell. I still got one more review to do after this, and this is my third one of the night. Um, it's not coming on next week. It's coming back on October 3rd. What's going on? Let me know. Is it a holiday coming up? I don't know. Whatever. It's a break is a break. But the episode starts off with, Lady Mae. She's sitting down there. She's looking at, these Howard divinity school applications and things of that such. And then she gets notified that Clara is on the phone by Corinne. Corinne is telling her that Clara is on the phone. And basically, Clara tells her after talking to her money people, she can't give her no money for the church. And at this point, it's just like a monkey wrench just fucked the whole game up. So now Lady Mae got to tell Bishop, listen, this shit, it ain't going to work. So what we need to do is stop playing. We need to tell the church what's going on, that, it is what it is. And she was like, no, you brought us into this mess. You need to learn how to get us out of it. And then Bishop was like, first of fucking all, it was your brother who set us up with all this shit. So you know this part on yourself too. And it was like, you know what? I already sacrificed a lot, and you didn't even see that. I gave her what I really wanted to do. Okay, I had a calling from God. I wanted to be in a church. I wanted to have my own church. I wanted to preach, and that's what I'm gonna do. Why don't you just go ahead, step down from the pulpit, and just let me take over? He said, first of fucking all, that ain't how it's gonna work. Okay, you get what you give in this thing. So you came in as the first lady, you're gonna leave as the first lady. You're not leaving as the pastor or the bishop or the whatever of this church. No, that's not how this game works. Okay, and I said, what? Lady Mae was threatening him. Step away. Step down and walk away, okay? And was like, he said, first of all, when she was like, you ignored the fact that I had my own car and what did it get me? He said, Gucci, Chanel bags, and all that stuff. I was like, if we get this divorce, it ain't gonna be me exiting the building. It's gonna be you. I said, y'all gotta stop reading each other. That's when the love is lost, okay? When you get to that point where y'all reading each other down, it's still some love there, but it's so much hurt. It is so much hurt, okay? It's hurt on her end, and it's love and hurt on his end. And mostly because he know that he made a stupid ass mistake, okay? A very stupid mistake. And at this point, Lady Mae has it in her mind that, um, she gonna take over the church. And Connie had to tell her, no, girl, that ain't what's gonna happen. We don't need you, okay? That's not gonna look right, and we need a third uninterested party that's not involved in all this drama. And it was like, who? Grace. And at this point, Lady Mae was like, hell no. She went over there to talk to Grace. Grace was like, first of all, I already told Connie that, this ain't what I want, okay? I don't want the church. And she was like, oh, so did you really convey that to her? Because you got her thinking that, it's some way that she could sway you. She was like, first of all, like I said, I don't want the church. Oh, so you want me to tell your daddy that you're trying to take his spot? I am not trying to take his spot, okay? I don't want the church. Good, because you will never get it. I said, Lynn Whitfield, goddamn, girl. Listen, I love her. Y'all have to go look at the her little interview that she did on the Breakfast Club. I loved it. They were actually respectful, surprisingly enough. And just look at it. It was a good interview. 45 minutes long. It was worth it though. Um, and so at this point, Connie, she has a meeting with Grace, and Grace is trying to get down to the bottom of it. Like, why would you talk to my mom and tell her that I wanted to be the head of the church? I don't want the church position, okay? First of all, my views don't align with the deacon's views, people of the boards of views, and probably some other members in the church, okay? Until we can be all inclusive and in inviting everybody and letting it be okay for people to be who they are, then no, I don't want this position, okay? You need to have progress. I believe in what Jesus believed in, loving everybody and letting everybody come in and congregate no matter who they are and what they are. You know what I'm saying? And at this point, Connie's still gonna have it in her mind that she want Grace to do it. All right. Um, it is what it is with that shit. Um, Zora Zora and her little attitude. First of all, I would have been pissed. No lie. I'm gonna give Zora a pass on this because she looked at that clock. First of all, Lady May came to the door. So that means that Lady May been up for a minute. Okay. She came to the door, knocking on her door, and she was like, yeah. She was saying yes. And she was like, yes. It was like Bible study is in 15 minutes, young lady. Do you hear me? Yes. Okay. Bitch, she turned around and looked at that clock, and that clock said 4:45 or 5:45. I said, get the out of here. Girl, I'm trying to get all the sleep that I can get, okay? Don't wake me up that early. I ain't even finna go to work today. Don't wake me up that early, especially if it's like a Saturday. Do not wake me up that early. But anyway, so she go down there to have a little Bible study sitting at the table with Lady Grace and Lady May. And at this point, Sophia comes around and she was like, "Hey, Sora," and she didn't say nothing. And of course, Lady May made her say something. She was like, "Hey," and then she was like, "Good morning, Grandma. I'm finna go on my run. You need anything? Whoop de woo." So we see Sophia. She's going on her little run or whatever. She's coming back. And as she was walking up the steps, she get the sharp pain in her side. Which side was she? Her right side. Okay. And she just stood there for a minute and she let it comes out and she let it calm down. And then she walked back in the house and it was just nothing. Later on, she was talking to Zora, actually talking to her at this point, trying to have some interaction with her. And Sophia is good, okay? She on this whole I want to be godlike, meaning I want to, do things the Christian way and be a real Christian and love thy neighbor and forgive people, turn the other cheek type of stuff because, I know that's family and all that, and I know she going through some stuff, but it just wouldn't have been me. I would have to be mad just a little bit longer, okay? Because what you won't do is put your hands on me. What you won't do is call me a bitch, okay? And mean that shit. It ain't no, what's up, bitch? No, you bitch. With so much emphasis in it like that. No, you're not going to do that. And I'm going to be cool with you the next day. No, girl, that's not what's going to happen, okay? I don't care what's going on in your life, but you're not going to take it out on me, okay? Because I didn't do it, all right? So therefore, they good, they learning. But Sophia, she's of a whole nother breed, a breed that I have yet to reach, okay? Um, I'm older than her and I still ain't there. So hey, it is what it is. Good for her because God working on me, but it just ain't that yet. Okay. And she trying to make conversation with her, talking about where you get this CD player. I had dug it out of Faith, those stuff. I said, oh, we hear Faith again. Okay. We forgot all about Faith, And so um, she was like, I'm listening to Ice-T before he was Law and Order, detective on Law and Order. Oh, I didn't know nothing about Ice-T before he was on Law and Order and all this stuff. You want to go to Zaxby? Girl, what? Do you want to go to Zaxby's? Okay, I'm just trying to make conversation with you. You know what I'm saying? I know you don't like me right now. I don't really fuck with you right now either. I said, Sophia, you doing too much for me. Okay, let the little bitch soak. Okay, you know that you good. All right, just let her soak in her attitude. And right then and there, she had a little twinge again. And then old girl was like, what's going on with you? She was like, I just keep having this little pain that keeps coming and going away. She was like, you probably pregnant. I said, Zora, get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. Because at that moment, even if I said all of that to say, if I see somebody that I care about, even though we got into it, I could set it aside for a minute when I see something ain't right. And something wasn't right, I would have inquired about it, okay? She gets up, and once again, when Zora goes upstairs, Sophia stands up and she crumples down in so much pain. Okay, so much pain. And at this point, she has to be taken to the hospital. I felt so bad for her because of the simple fact that later on, as we saw, Darius and Grace was having a conversation, and in the midst of that, they were talking about if she comes head of the church, is he gonna be first boyfriend? She said, "Nah, baby, you can be first husband, but you ain't gonna be no first boyfriend. I don't believe in that stuff." I said, "Oops." She gets a phone call from Lady May. She turns her phone over. She was like, "It's my mama. I ain't trying to hear that." And then Darius looked at her like, "Go ahead and answer the phone." I'm like, "Why you want them to answer the phone?" Like, Darius, I know it was a good thing that he made her answer the phone, but Darius has been on my radar since day one. Like, I just don't trust him. I really don't trust him. It just feels like I'm waiting for the shoe to drop with him. Okay, like he's just gonna come out and be like, "Well, bitch, you had some good puss out the deal, but I was really sitting here to do this and to do that, and you gave me what I wanted on both ends." You know what I'm saying? It just don't feel right with me. It don't feel right. So basically, she learns that Sophia had to be rushed to the hospital. And, when we see her in the hospital bed, we see that the doctor comes in and, wanted her to sign off on some papers. They finna do a laparoscopic exploration as they go in to see what's going on exactly. Because I was thinking that her appendix had burst, okay? That's why I was like, which side is the appendix on? Because she was holding her right side, I think. So I'm thinking that the appendix had burst or something like that. And next thing I know, they up there talking about some, we can take care of whatever it is that's in there, give us permission to do that. And she was like, okay, fine. And so, you got the whole family coming in there. And at this point, once they get through with that, we find out what exactly happened with Sophia later on. But I'm gonna put a pause on that because it ties in with something else that I want to talk about. Um, what else was going on in this episode? Before the family all get there, we got Jacob up. No, 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 no. Let's backtrack a little bit. Rochelle and Tasha. T.I. Tasha Skanks. Mama has a conscience all of a sudden, okay? Either Mama has developed a conscience, a moral conscience, or she really got feelings for Jacob and she don't want to fuck him over no more, okay? She see that Jacob is a good man, but Rochelle is sitting up in that car like, bitch, fuck this whole family. They responsible for my daddy death, so therefore we grew up fucked up, so therefore y'all about to be fucked up in y'all adult years, okay? Y'all are going down. And I don't care who get hurt in the process, okay? I want you to take these papers and I want you to get him to sign them. These are him to open up a bank account for the real church. Tasha was like, hold up. The real church don't even exist. So the fuck what? We're about to make that shit exist and make it look like he funneling money from the church into this one. Okay? I said, oh, you trying to look like embezzlement. Okay? Trying to get him. She's like, you gotta have him sign these papers. Because this is the only way that we can get him down. Because she went in there trying to get him to sign, but she kind of hesitated, and she said she'd come back later and made up a lie about the AC unit or whatever in her office because she seen him, sitting there having a little chess game with his son and being all into it and being a good father or whatever. So she came back out there and showed Rochelle that she couldn't do it, and she was like, "This is the only way that we need to get something to get him. Okay, you want to see Basie, right? You want to see your husband again, right? Okay, so get this so we can put this money up into that account so we can bring him down and y'all can get the church back." I said, child, Rochelle is the devil. Then speaking of Rochelle, Bishop go down there to talk to Rochelle at her job because he done brought Pete back. Percy back, and Percy was like, "You need to talk to Rochelle, okay? Rochelle, that little feeling that you had up in your office and all that stuff, she got money on her, okay? You need to get up and close with her and try to get her to help you out since you lost out on the Clara situation." So of course, Bishop gonna go down there trying to do that, and so at that point, he was trying to butter up to her, not necessarily, but thinking that he could butter up to her and that, just him being there, it'll make her feel as though, come on, I forgive you about the other night or whatever, but I need your real help and can you help me out and do this? And she was looking like, you really thought that I was going to help you after the way that you spoke to me and you kicked me out your house and things that you said? No, okay, I would never, okay? You really thought that you was going to be able to play me for some food? I said, Latoya, Rochelle, Jezebel, Lucky, you better fucking cross, okay? You better fucking act your ass off. You better act your ass off. Put that show on for him. And that's exactly what she did. She told Fred, who was sitting down at the desk, if he ever come back, don't even tell me that he's here, okay? Because I don't want to see him. And she walked away. Meanwhile, later on in the episode, when they was in the hospital, everybody goes to the chapel and they sitting there praying, and next thing you know, he gets a beep beep. He gets a beep me 911 text from Rochelle, and she was like, he looked at it. I said, wait a minute, do he got a sidekick or something? No, he just, cause he answered the phone like this. The phone was this way. And I was like, when we pull our phones out the pockets, we go like this, okay? But he had it like this or whatever. But whatever, old people, technology, you know how they are. And it said, sorry I was mad. Sorry I said the things that I said to you. I can help you after all. And this is with the money situation. And so he was just like, oh, thank God. And I'm just sitting here like, no, boy, ain't no thank. No. This is not God's doing this stuff. This is the devil's work, okay? This is all the devil's work, and you're falling right in the hands of it, okay? So, you just need to slow down. So later, um, charity, charity. Oh my God. Basically, in the hospital, well, I'll get to that. Charity, she's at home. And when we first see her, she's upset and she's in her feelings. Grace was trying to talk to her, but she didn't want to talk to her. She basically blaming Grace for what happened to her while she was at that result. She wound up getting arrested because she had her child. And she technically, according to Kevin, it was kidnapping or whatever. He put out a missing person alert and must have did something like that. He called the cops, okay? I think that he didn't need to do that, but he called the cops anyway. Their relationship is so I don't I don't I don't know. Cause I'm the type of person that I can see both sides. I can understand her hurt and her pain about being with somebody that she truly was in love with and coming to find out he was only with her for a reason that was other than love. He tried to force himself to love her in the way that she loved him, and it didn't work. And she can't really bounce back that well from it. And also, she thinking that she bounced back by finding somebody else who supposedly loved her, and then he just dropped her when shit gets rough. And then, you see that your ex, he then moved on to somebody else, you know, and he seems a little bit happy with him. And then, it just seems like your life is falling apart. Your life is falling apart. You don't have the goal that you wanted to do. Nobody's on your side. And you got that middle child syndrome. Oh, they pick me. Everybody keep on, looking over me type of stuff. That's what Charity is going through. She got that little bratty side going on. And also what I truly, truly feel that's happening at this moment too is Charity's going through postpartum depression and nobody is saying anything about it. Because all of this can be boiled up down to that. She just had the baby. Plus she's still grieving the fact, and we keep forgetting that she was not only pregnant with one child, she was pregnant with twins and she lost one of them. So she's dealing with that and dealing with postpartum depression. You can't tell me that's not on the menu. Plus all her other craziness that was already going on. Everything's just piling up, piling up, piling up. She was pissed off at Grace because she felt Grace. I was like, Grace wasn't the reason. Grace told him not to call the cops. Okay, so stop that blame game, being like your mom. That's not gonna win you favor in your mama's eyes. Okay. Then, she dropping the diaper bag off in front of him. She going upstairs, taking the oxycodone. She going, I said, them opioids, get your opioids. I can't say that word right for shit. It'll get you fucked up, okay? And get highly addictive, okay? Highly addictive. And then you doing all this stuff and getting in your feelings over this and to going to the hospital, you high as hell, and then you talking to Grace talking about something. Well, I lost the child, so if you lose your daughter, you can come to me because I know how I feel or whatever. And then trying to suck up to Lady Grace like, yeah, this Grace fault. She do all this stuff, and just she wilding the fuck out over whatchamacallit bar. That's what they call it. Okay, that's the name of the candy bar, whatchamacallit. The machine that took her money, she punching the machine. She telling Carissa that, well, hey, at least you got the little boy because y'all done fucked up with Zora. I said, well, she's speaking some truth, but damn girl. Goddamn, she was high as hell. Everybody thinking like she was drunk, but she was really high, and they knew it was more than drunkenness when she punched that vending machine, and she ain't feel nothing about it. And when she finally came down off that house, she was sitting in that wheelchair and she tried to stand up. She couldn't even stand up because she had that headache. Yeah. They go to that chapel and she actually got up and she went and sat down next to Grace and they hugged it out. And nobody Charity is going through nobody's watching me, nobody's looking at me, nobody's worried about me phase, plus the postpartum depression. And I feel like Charity been that way ever since she was growing up. She had that middle child syndrome. Everybody was looking at Grace because she was supposed to be the one that was heading off the oldest and supposed to be in charge of the church and all that stuff. Then everybody was looking at Jacob because Jacob was the only boy, so of course he was the golden boy. Then you have Faith, who was the youngest, and then she was leading the ministry school for the kids and stuff like that. We seen little Sophia doing the same thing. Little Roberto come up in there trying to talk and all this shit. And then when Sophia was going under, she was like, Roberto said he wanted to marry me. You know, we want to get married and you know, get the ministry and have kids and the picket white fence and stuff. I said, "Good girl, that's cute," but it ain't gonna happen, unfortunately. Okay, and so you know, when Charity finally came down off her high, it was really nice to see her sit down there with Grace and hold her hand, and they embrace. And later, you know, when Charity was in that wheelchair, the pastor, the bishop, and Lady May had that conversation, and he was like, "We need to get this shit together and come back together because the kids need their parents, okay?" And she was like, "Yeah, the kids need their parents, but they need to understand. We need to understand too that." And mostly you need to understand that things ain't finna go back the way that they were, okay? The kids will have their mother and the kids will have their fathers. They're grown adults, but they will never have their parents again, okay? What's done is done. It is what it is, and you need to come to terms with it. And we need to come and tell the children, and we also got to tell the church. And at the end of the episode, we seen Bishop um, draft up a letter, you know, of a message that he wants to tell the church, and he was like, "You can look at it, and you can edit it any way that you feel." But the truly messed up way that this episode went off was with little Sophia. I felt so bad for her because at the end of the episode, we already heard that, you know, she wanted to have kids and she's always talked about kids and stuff like that. And then come to find out what was going on was that she had some tumors, some demoid tumors or something like that. And I think they sort of like fibroid tumors or whatever, but they were causing her ovaries to twist. So it was like an ovarian tusion or something like that. And basically, that's what was causing the pain. And this is something that he said it happened through birth, you know, from birth. And it's like sometimes they have hair in it, sometimes they have teeth and stuff like that. I was like, oh my God. So you trying to say Sophia could have been a twin and her twin was up there fucking with her? I mean, it ain't funny, but that's what it seemed like. You know what I'm saying? That was still there. And they had to take it out. And in the process of taking all that out and fixing it, it was no more viable or ovaries left. So she's not going to be able to have kids. And when Grace woke up and told her that, and the way she broke down, oh my God. The way Sophia started crying, I said that girl deserved an award for that because I felt that shit. And I was like, give her something because that's so sad. She really did that. And at the end of the episode, Jacob, oh my God, why are we so stupid like this? Please let this be a lesson to y'all, okay? Your daddy is going through IRS mess, okay? Because he didn't that y'all going through the IRS mess over there at the Greenleaf Church because y'all didn't read the fine print, y'all didn't check up on stuff, you left stuff in the hands of other people. Jacob sat there and let Tasha give him those papers, okay? And she said it's about the streaming and all the other stuff that's going on in the church. And he blindly went on ahead and just started putting his signature everywhere instead of just reading and looking over the stuff. And I was like, oh my God. See, now you're finna do yourself in and don't even fucking realize it. But that was it. That was the Greenleaf. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about it. I'm about to get over here and try to watch Black Ink Crew. Bear with me, y'all. The shit'll get up. If y'all don't see it tonight, it'll be up tomorrow, okay? Y'all have a good one, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.